A heartbreaking end of the regular season for the Aggies. David and Sly here to break this one down.
All right, guys, the glaring stat that jumps out at you, Utah State's been able to run the ball all year long, but last night only 62 yards on the ground.
Yeah, and because Boise State was stopped and they decided to go with the pass, and unfortunately, turnovers occurred. But Utah State came out of the gates hot, went up 7-0. Boise State comes up 7-3, and now you have a turnover, which really changed the momentum of the game.
Yeah, what I want to highlight here is the quarters coverage. It was played perfectly. Since the trips receivers are so far away from the line of scrimmage, he doesn't need to reroute. He sits in between 2 and 3. His coverage is this running back right here. So he's just following his coverage. Jordan Love throws him the ball perfectly, pick 6, turns the tide for Boise State.
It's a great job of watching the eyes of the quarterback. You're sitting in coverage. You watch him, you keep your distance between the running back, but you gain some depth, come underneath, get the big pick. That was a big play for, obviously, Boise State. Now, fast forwarding, Utah State's lived this whole season off big plays and turnovers, etc. This is one play, the punt, the fake punt that Utah State went with, and Boise State stopped them.
Yeah, and at the last game of the season, you definitely got to have some experience with this. As the special teams unit, you got to know this is the defensive unit. This is not a special teams unit. You're trying to run an offensive play against a defense with not offensive players. It's just not going to work. They should have audibled out. They did it. They took the risk. I know Coach Matt Wells said it was a one-on-one battle. You got to win somewhere. But it was a bad play call and something they should have just regular punted it.
So even with all these miscues, Utah State still has a chance to come back and potentially win the game. Huge play here by Joe Bright.
Yeah, speed. Speed kills. As I was watching this play, I'm like, speed, defense, speed, defense. But again, the key to the screenplay is how long can Jordan Love sell the play.
Gotta sell it.
He does a great job of holding onto the ball just in time for Joe Bright to get open. Watch the pressure gets to him. Lost it. Perfect. Joe Bright does a great job.
Second and 25.
Yes, which you got to know, screen draw.
Exactly.
Screen draw is coming. He does a great job of letting his blocker set up, gets into the open field, and lets his speed do
Hey, look at the receiver blocking downfield as well. I mean, Utah State had their opportunity. Unfortunately, get the ball the next drive. The next time they got a possession, 3 and out. That sealed their fate. Great season, Utah State, but came up just a little bit short.
And we were right there in the end zone, and he was mugging for our camera. Emma and I were right there. And we thought maybe there was a chance.
Almost.
There was a security guard there saying, Boise State's going to give this away. Something's going to happen. And then that happened. He said, see, I told you.
Boise State's tough on that blue turf. Yeah, it's tough to go up there and take the game from
them. But then the Aggies just couldn't stop the run. They had a big run after that in the final couple of minutes, and they weren't able to stop the run all night long.
The most frustrating thing about this, a 10-2 season, they were fun to watch. They set records in their program. They're probably going to end up playing in a bowl that no one's going to care about. Yeah. It just feels like they need a better ending to this season.
Definitely.
So close.
They were hurting last night in the locker room for sure.